Have you ever been so tired while driving that you felt your eyelids turning to lead? That heavy, sudden exhaustion that just hits you out of nowhere. That's exactly what happened to me about 2 years ago. I was driving home from a family reunion, deep in the night. It was a 2-hour trip, and I couldn't stay over because work was calling my name the next morning. Most of the drive was on one of those classic horror movie roads. You know the type, super narrow with dense, dark woods pressing in on both sides, swallowing the moonlight. About 45 minutes into the drive, it hit me like a ton of bricks. This overwhelming wave of drowsiness washed over me. I tried to fight it, slapping my cheeks, blasting the radio, but my head kept nodding. I knew I wouldn't make it home safely if I kept going, but there was absolutely nowhere to pull over. No rest stops, no motels, not even a well-lit parking lot, just endless road and endless trees. It became painfully clear that I had two choices: risk falling asleep at the wheel, or do something incredibly stupid. I chose stupid. I saw a small break in the tree line and pulled my car off the road, tucking it behind a thicket of bushes. My brilliant plan was to hide from any passing cars. The roads weren't completely deserted. A car would pass every few minutes, their headlights briefly cutting through the darkness. Before I conked out, I glanced at the clock on my dashboard. 11:22 p.m. I leaned my seat back, and within seconds, I was gone. I don't know how long I was out, but a strange sound jolted me awake. A faint, rhythmic scratching. It sounded like nails on metal, methodically scraping against the side of my cars. I blinked the sleep from my eyes and checked the time. 11:50 p.m. The sound stopped as suddenly as it had started. Being half asleep and utterly exhausted, I didn't think much of it. I figured it was just a branch scraping against the car in the wind, or maybe some small animal. I dismissed it and drifted back to sleep, the darkness outside the car feeling heavier than before. The next time I woke up, the sound was back, but this time it was louder, more insistent. My heart started pounding in my chest. I looked at the clock again. 12:40 a.m. It had been nearly an hour. The scratching didn't stop this time. It continued, a grating, deliberate noise that sent a shiver down my spine. Scrape, scrape, my mind raced. An animal, maybe, but why would it come back? And why would it be so persistent? My eyes darted to the rearview mirror, trying to pierce the inky blackness behind me. Just as I looked, I caught a flicker of movement. A shadowy figure, quick and thin, darted away from my car and vanished back into the dense woods. That's when true, ice-cold fear gripped me. All I could think of was that old urban legend, the one about the hook man who scratches the couple's car. The story never ends well for the person who gets out to investigate. My mind screamed, no way, not me. My hands were shaking, but I managed to jam the key into the ignition. The engine roared to life, and I slammed the car into drive, peeling out from behind the bushes and back onto the deserted road. I wasn't sticking around to find out what was making that noise. I floored it, my heart hammering against my ribs. Just up ahead, maybe 100 yards or so, the road took a sharp bend. As I whipped around the corner, my headlights illuminated a scene that made my blood run cold. Another car was parked on the shoulder of the road. Its driver's side door was wide open, hanging like a broken jaw. I instinctively slowed down, my eyes scanning the empty driver's seat. There was no one inside. The car looked abandoned, a silent, ominous sentinel in the middle of nowhere. I glanced in my rear-view mirror, expecting, I don't know what, maybe to see that fleeting shadow again. But there was nothing, just the dark, empty road behind me. Then it happened. A man suddenly burst from around the same bend I had just taken. He was sprinting, running full tilt towards my car. He wasn't just running, he was screaming, his voice raw with panic or rage. Hey, you, he yelled, waving his arms frantically. Get out of your car. Get the hell out. Now. Every instinct in my body screamed, danger. Was this the person who was scratching my car? Was he trying to get me out so he could what? I didn't wait to find out. I stomped on the accelerator, and the tires screeched as I sped away, leaving him shrinking in my rearview mirror, still screaming into the night. I drove the rest of the way home in a state of pure terror, my eyes glued to my mirrors, expecting to see him or his car appear behind me at any moment. I never saw him again. I never found out who he was or what he wanted. But I learned a valuable lesson that night. No matter how tired you are, never, ever sleep on the side of a deserted road. You never know who or what's lurking in the darkness, waiting for you to close your eyes. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Stay safe out there.